Don Armando, and welcome to topics.
What's going on?
Good.
That's great. What's the topic tonight? Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Hold on. Let me turn something off in the house. I'm doing okay. I'm trying to make my own money and stuff online and take care of some personal business going on and changing my mindset, manifesting things.
Gotcha.
Um. So what's going on, Don? Don, is he talking? Hold on. Take my mic on.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So all right. How's it been? Hmm.
You breaking up, Don?
All right. All right. Do you hear me now?
I hear you now, but you breaking up like you saying something. And part of this is I can't hear, and part of it saying. So I was asking, what's the topic tonight? Oh, I can bring some up. No one's not talking about the Susana Morales case. You know about that in Georgia, the Susana Morales case. I didn't share the video to you. The teenage girl that was killed by a dark skinned brother who's a cop. It's a sister that's
Right.
supposed to dark skinned brother who she's a stalk her
Right.
too. No one's not talking about that. Now, I ain't trying to bring mess and drama on your thing. I did on Twitter criticize your friend, the part Dominican and part Ecuadorian friend, that he's one about treating the sheep, but he not talking about this case. And when we was sort of friends, they used to get on my nerve about that. Like, of course, this is a platform, but if it's black and brown issues, you should talk about things that matter, like stuff like someone getting deleted. You know what I'm saying? This is they saying in that county in Georgia, Latinos, Hispanics are like ignored by the police because she was not a runaway. They saying this in that Susanna Morales was a runaway. No, she wasn't. She was kidnapped by this dark skinned brother who's a cop, and they found her body recently. Just like they found Felicia Johnson recently in Montgomery County, the sister I told you about here in Houston, from California. Okay, well they found
Right.
Suzanne, and she's a teenager child. She was kidnapped by this cop, a fake brother, and it's a sister,
All
beautiful
right.
sister, a brown skin type sister. She came out and said he was stalking her in her area. He was a cop too. He was stalking this sister, and she supposed to lie to you because they knew each other. They was friends. They grew up, and she started knowing he started changing. And when she started like avoiding him, she started stalking her. So now he stopped that Latino one too. So she's supposed to lie to you on this dude. And no one from your not the brash your friend, but you know what I'm saying, um, you know, but he's not talking about those issues because those issues do matter. These are community matters where someone's life is getting, and God forbid, it does cause a black versus brown mess because it's a dark skinned brother. And I'm gonna bring up complexion. It's a dark skinned
Right.
brother, like what happened in Jose Florida's case. It's a dark skinned brother. Well, that was the exonerated case was Jose Flores was Andre Jackson. But I'm talking about this case here. This is a brother who's actually guilty. Okay, he was a police officer. This is some real stuff, and he cares so much about Latinos. He more Hispanic than I am. I have a drop from Louisiana. He's from Latin America, Hispanic. He need to talk about that because and not make it to a black brown versus brown with the treating the she mess. I'm talking about this is a child, and this a police officer that was stalking her, killed her, deleted her, sorry, and put her in the woods. And they found her body. This happened last July. Here it is it's not February, it was March now. And they not talking nobody from not just him, but OG Rancho, even Kim ain't talking about Mr. B.
Right.
No one's not talking about this stuff. And this is a real subject. In the Hispanic Latino era community in that county, they saying in Georgia,
Well, you know what?
What's up?
Well, you know, go talk at the end of the day. All right. That I would talk about it because there's certain things that I'm not privy because I'm in the East, but that to be the that I'm not actually get down with. So with that, Steve, there's a lot of people who are just fed up with their attitude. So it's like somebody has to go and make a stand.
Don, you breaking up again.
Ah, okay. All right. You hear me now?
I hear you now, but when you was talking to me, I couldn't have. I had to go on I had to mute my phone, my laptop on my phone because I couldn't hear. I can hear me, but when you're talking to me, it's like bits and pieces of hearing. I think the people StreamYard be doing this on purpose. I don't think. I mean, I'm sorry. I do think the people who own StreamYard be doing it on purpose.
No, it's like right. It's like I don't know. It's still there. I'm still trying to, with all the technical difficulties, I'm still trying to have a good stream. I got another brother that's actually like an hour because he went him we're just talking and then he was telling me about the Latino individual that looks like Jeffrey Dahmer. So the Latino Jeffrey Dahmer, he was telling me about him. So
I can't hear what you're saying, bro.
Hey, I was saying the Latino.
You said something like Latino, like Jeffrey Dahmer. No, okay, you was talking, but it's okay. It's okay. You're okay. I cut my phone, my mic on my laptop, and so I listen to you on the phone. I'm on my laptop and I'm on my phone. So I'm listening on the phone for back of what you're saying because when you're talking to me on the live stream, I can't hear. So on the phone, I'm hearing you on the phone while my mic is off. And same thing. It's like you're talking, but it's bits of piece. Just it's murmuring. Like the StreamYard, I don't know what's going on, but it's not you're talking while it's cutting you off at the same time. Okay. That's better because I can see you. I can hear you. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm here. So me personally, I was talking to a young Afro Latino brother. I guess he's from the Midwest. He was actually put me on to the Latino Jeffrey Dahmer on steroids. You know who it is. We've talked behind the scenes about that pendejo.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this person actually doing Jeffrey Dahmer things? Because I thought somebody else.
Nah, I just say Jeffrey Dahmer because, dude is wearing glasses and stuff, and he always be talking about. If you actually look at some of his videos, he'd be talking about people's private parts and crap.
Oh, that one. Okay, I know the other one from the so-called Washington Heights. I think I'm that one.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
that one too.
That is I didn't think of that. Mesa Peruvian dude. Yeah, I'm gonna say Mesa Peruvian dude. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes, there is a Jeffrey. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that. As he does talk about. I'm surprised he ain't talked about the Susanna case.
Yeah, you know what's funny, because he ain't gonna talk about nothing, because at the end of the day, we've actually discovered that this guy is just an idiot, and he's just a provocateur.
Yeah, he is, because in the, what's that part Mexican, part Dominican? I know I thought she was full blown Dominican, but it's a part Mexican, part Dominican woman. Remember the one that talks like a child? She exposed him to. That's good
Well,
for her because she was his troll.
wow.
Remember the childlike voice, baby.
I think I do. I'm not sure, because
She part Dominican.
I'm not really familiar with that other idiot, because I've heard of him as in Reputation, but then he got flamed on another channel or something like that, to my knowledge.
Talking about Andrew show.
Nah, the what's his name? The one that's always disgusting. Crap. I just forgot his name.
He got exposed again. Talking about the Peruvian dude from the East Coast.
No, is he from the East Coast? Because
yes,
yeah, because it was like actually on I guess Fighters page, that this guy on Fighters on the streams, they went up and they exposed him for being a jerk, and even Rakim got at that guy. So
no, they when I was on YouTube, they spoke just like they Thomas Fior, they exposed the dude, the Peruvian part Mexican dude, because and I would tell people don't drive nobody's business on my channel. I don't do that.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, before him, the dark skinned African American Hispanic brother, fake brother Thomas Fior, I like people on YouTube just barely jump in, don't know me, like me going against the Cleveland tragic mulatto Cleveland dude. No, I have a history trashing toxic YouTubers, in particular Tommy Sotomayor, and folks should come in there and put their info. I said, do not be doing it.
Right.
That's against. They're actually against the law. It's a federal. They can become a federal crime. Like if it's something criminal, the person's be abusing somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or molesting, kidnapping. Yeah, that then you have to do that because it's something serious. But all because someone disagree and they want to go at it with that person. No, they ain't supposed to be doing that. They're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
And when someone else try to close to do that to me, I know my rights. I went to FBI page and put them on there. So I know they ain't been saying nothing yet. They ain't that strong to deal with them being on the FBI. They must try to act hard over YouTube from California. I leave that person out the name. But just saying, they don't realize that people can go to FBI's page, contact them on the phone, and let them know that, hey, this person is putting my information out there and this is against the law. Okay.
Yeah, talking about that, when I heard like in a thing that there was a guy that actually he went up and put out his cousin's info out there, and the cousin's mother actually called the FBI in the Dominican Republic to tell that guy to let's just say to tell that guy just to be quiet.
Yeah, they're not supposed to, because I mean, it's sad that people are so bothered about an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Of course, racist people should not be on. Actually, that's against YouTube policy. The last CEO, so she's gone. The Wicked Witch is gone. She allowed them to be on this page to be racist, and I even think she's a low key racist. Talking about the last CEO YouTube, but. And I even think about me and this the stalker from California and me posting on Twitter got her scared because she stepped down. She, you know what I'm saying? So she allowed people to run wild when COVID hit. But before COVID, no, they were strict about like I said, about the part Peru and part Mexican dude. He had his channel deleted so many dozen times.
Wow.
Yes, before she came in 2014 was the other CEO YouTube. They deleted him like soon because a bunch of guys came in. Um, and came in and it was a bunch of people. It was Akman dudes. It was all of us mixed, but a mixed identified brother I know who have a white father and sisters as a mom. I know him from Interracial Voice. He came out going against getting against the part Mexican dude from the East Coast. I talked to him since he said some sexual things to me. The white dude is like a teen dude, like everybody, because he was a troll. You know what I'm saying? And they got rid of that part Peruvian, part Mexican dude. And he kept coming back and keep talking about BBC. It's just annoying. And I will talk about him on my YouTube because he not technically violate me, but he sexual harassed me when he asked that question. Because when I did a one drop rule video, there was nothing about gay, lesbian, straight, none of that mess. It was strictly about race. And next thing I get a comment asking, can you do something? And they're like, what the, like, you know what I'm saying? So I know that he's full of crap. And yes, I do now I see why he called Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm like, huh? Because I'm thinking someone actually delete somebody, you know what I'm saying? And do some satanic magic, to do that. Because people don't realize Jeffrey Dahmer was a Satanist. The book I have on my computer from David McGowan, Program to Kill, it talks about Richard Ramirez, talks about Charles Manson.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know Rick James escaped that murder at Charles Manson. Yeah. Jay Sabrine was Sammy Davis' barber. He was a white guy.
Right.
And Sammy had joined Church of Satan through him. Their whole party was a satanic going to be orgy party. And Sherry Tate got killed. So Sherry Tate was Jay Sabrine's girlfriend. So he gave Rick James money, and Rick James, that's how he kind of blew up. You know what I'm saying? And he was too high. He was his girlfriend. He was too high to go to the party, so he stayed home. And that's when the Manson folks came and killed them, because Charles Manson go in the mountains in California and do satanic rituals. Yeah, that book Program to Kill talks about all that. So Jeffrey Dahmer, same thing. Like I said, people realize besides a race thing, it's also a spiritual thing. Because back in '79 when I was born, according to the book, it said that Jeffrey Dahmer used to summon demons in his house. So people realize when they playing with that dark energy, the demon comes to their spirit and they do things they normally don't do. They do all that stuff that Jeffrey Dahmer doing. That's why talk about spiritual out like that, but I see this mess on YouTube where we actually are arguing with people who are with that mess. Because the other Washington Heights thug, the one that disrespected you, he was in the conversation on the Cleveland Trader Bellato's channel when what's name he Line was saying, and I saw through my phone the dude say he put black magic on me. So yes, he does that too. The Queen with a ping from Washington Heights. You know what I'm talking about? He does that too. Yeah, he does that too. So yeah.
So you mean to tell me that this well, I'll just call him an idiot. Because it's like, to me, he was saying all the crap trying to say that, oh, he's so much of a super patriot, when the fact is it's just showing that this guy is actually uh, a crap talker.
Yeah, yeah, he is. Any man that's not to bring up the subject he did to you, any man that say I will take your wife, that's a man who's dusty, a man that had no respect, a man who can't get no women. Because why would you want to take someone's wife? You want a woman who don't have no man at all. If you can get women. You know what I'm saying? If he's a Mr. Poppy Chulo, you supposed to be to get any woman that's single, not married.
Mm-hmm.
Because we'll go around and come around. So another dude can take his wife too when he gets married.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah. And she can leave him for these days. They gotta leave women, leave women, leave men for women. Okay, you know what I'm saying? She might go that way. You know what I'm saying? And Big Pot on the corner, like the song Maria, might come out and shoot him, try to confront him, even though he took his woman. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, people don't really people don't realize when they make these little comments. I'm laughing like that can happen when he gets married to whoever who got to deal with that problem. Um, she can do the same thing while he gone to work. One of them dudes, his best friend, or maybe one by his family, might be doing something, knocking the boots in that comma. And he come to work and everything, and he had to hide that clause. So while he making comments like that, it can happen to him. She
Mm-hmm.
probably get tired, and want somebody else and say and tell him to leave.
Right.
Okay, so I don't understand how these dudes do that. But like I say, taking somebody's wife, that means you can't get no woman. Because if you the Papa Chulo, you can get single women, not someone that's married to a man. You go to a single woman. That means women come flocking to you, not the other way around.
Right.
You right. So if he's Mr. Papa, because my question is where the ladies at. If he can get any woman he can, where are the women? And why he not with them divestors? I'm sure they want him. Them sisters that talk about, oh, you dusty and talk about brothers all the time. I'm sure they want him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is go to the Vest of town and advertise that he's some Latino man that don't like brothers, and I'm sure them sisters can go who don't like brothers can go and try to get his number. That's how you gonna get ladies. You don't know how to shoes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really give a fuck because me personally, we don't. Everybody exposed that dude. He gay. That's
For
what it
real?
is. No, no, no. Think about it. If
Oh,
a guy is spending so much time and you want to go and try to be dissing people and everything like that, blocking women and such, a lot of women on TikTok actually called him out. So what does that tell you if a guy's unemotionally intelligent and then uses your video so he could go to this thing, but the minute that somebody don't agree with your work view, you want to
mm.
go and try to call them all types of names and stuff, block them, and then make a whole bunch of videos about them.
This dude got
So in my thing, only effeminate men and people of the Rainbow Coalition do that. To me
not the
and your
Rainbow
family.
Coalition with Jesse Jackson, the other one. Let's get that straight, okay? And no, it's people who are LGBT who don't do that. That I know some bisexual gay men who don't do that. That's a repressed dude. He repressed.
Exactly.
He
That's
because he definitely it seemed to me him and the Jeffrey Dahmer from who's Mexican and Peruvian. I had the same problem. The obsession with brothers
yep.
and Latinos who look African descent or look more African. Who they don't like. That's why I see the obsession with brothers.
Hmm.
I do think that because that's their main topic is what brothers doing.
I mean, me personally, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like a person and you want to know what they're doing and then all this stuff, use a euro. like in one thing you want to say that you're a conqueror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's break it down. How the heck you a conqueror when you never conquered lands? You don't have
Show,
a military. No,
show,
I'm just being honest. You don't have a military.
shout out.
You don't you do not command respect because in reality you're just a in reality you're just a clan he's just a clandestine spy for nothing. Doesn't have the charisma to even be a leader.
Oh, they have an army. It's on YouTube. Disgruntled.
And that don't
That's
that don't that don't matter because like if they were to defend anything, they will not know how to defend or inspire men in the act of
duty.
duty.
And they will go and fight that with that case with this Latino woman, the Latino girl that got killed. If they really care about the La Raza community, like I
Yeah,
say, stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go down to Georgia and protest with the Latinos about them being ignored. If they care about the Hispanic community, I'm just a drop of Hispanic roots from Louisiana, and they don't even want to call content Hispanic. But here's someone who's a full Latino Hispanic near family from the Dominican Republic, and they care about what a brother doing, going overseas, join with the proven Mexican dude. Okay, that's all the time about a brother going overseas, passport, brother was between the legs, and who taking, but they're not going out there when cases like this, serious cases where it's not just Susanna Morales getting killed by this brother from the police department, but they've been having problems with the police department down in that community.
right.
Stuff like that. They not putting it on their YouTube channels. They're not talking about that because that actually does matter.
Mhm.
If people cared about their communities, stuff like that matters. About
Right.
the white dude that shot of Latinos, that matters. They reached exposed. And I gotta stop shopping at a Whole Foods market now because I found out they've been using Latino migrant children and exploit them here in the United States. Yes, it's been exposed. It's on New York Times.
Yeah,
The
but talking about that, right? There's an issue that has been how should I say, I guess near or dear to me because since I'm Dominican American,
you Hispanic.
it, it seems that like I guess within a month or so, there's been I guess recent influx of Dominican immigrants coming from the East Coast
Mm-hmm.
that have came through by Mexico.
Right.
So therefore, certain people were actually talking about how they actually came out to the East Coast, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
because of they either had their passports and that in certain countries, if you're from Latin America, you could go to a country without a visa and stuff like that because in some Latin American countries, I hate to say it, that don't exist.
It don't.
Yeah.
And they're not protesting the people on YouTube who are Latino racists, particular Queen with a Ping, and the Jerry Dahmer, our Latin one, is not talking about how our governor here in Texas, who's a white man married to
Mhm.
a Latina, talking about Greg Abbott, who
Right.
white Mexican, he sent those migrants in New York.
Yep.
They're not, I don't see in the queen with the ping, the reina with the well, I want to cuss in Spanish with the ping. I don't say the V word, the ping. Okay, in Spanish. Trying to respect your platform. It's not talking about how Latino immigrants who are not documented are kicked out the hotels. Fox News is talking about that. This is in New York. I'm in Houston. They're not talking about that. If they really, like I said, they care about what African descent people do, or African or Latinos who look more African descent, who they don't think they're Hispanic when they are Hispanic, they're not talking about. They're talking about that more than talking about people actually getting murdered, killed, kicked out. They don't have no place to go. This is some serious stuff because you know what I'm saying. They're not talking about none of this stuff. And I'm pouring it out because they really care about their Hispanic Latino community. They're talking about those issues about, and especially children being trafficking. The Latino children who are documented immigrants are getting trafficked. People talking about passport brothers. I'm not talking about the brothers who, if they're trafficking too, they need to go to jail. But I'm talking about in the States. You got Latino children who are getting trafficked by, and these mostly, I'm going to be racist, some white people money. They're not talking about that. They got white people. Silver going on TikTok exposed a white man here in Texas would not pay treating Latino immigrants like the N-word, not paying them, treating like slaves on the plantation. Not the white man not paying them, and they threaten to call immigration if they try to fight for their rights. I don't see this on YouTube.
I mean, you really don't.
I see about African American descendant and Latino mess. That's all I see. The car picking, trial picking mess, and who dating who, and who lied and who ain't mix, and who is mix, and but this is some real topics where someone actually is the Latino immigrants that are coming here are being exploited. They're not getting paid good. The white people, the white racist people that own them companies and construction, they treat them as, I can tell my accent people, stop being so anxious. Don't get me wrong, I'm against discrimination. Sure, but first hold on, that's my phone. Stop. That's my phone acting a fool. Google get my nerves. But they're not talking about those topics where Latinos are getting mistreated, abused on the job, intimidated by their employers. I think someone in Tennessee, a Latino man who is a preacher, a false prophet. He's a citizen, but he's an immigrant. But he treat Latino immigrants who don't got a documentation like crap, threatening to call immigration on them, taking them, I think, with sex abusing the people, women of that. Yeah, these are serious topics. So my question is, those who say I'm not Hispanic, and I got a drop of it, so I do identify my partial Afro as a Black Spanish Creole, Hispanic brother, African. I claim all my heritage and my ancestry. If why they more Hispanic than I am, why they're not talking about these? They're worrying about what other folks doing.
I think I have the solution of why they're not talking about that.
Right.
Because, as I said, they're just the Hispanic hand of white supremacy. So they're the ones that will try to go and make the Latino populace, try to spread the Republican values and do a lot of stuff, not knowing that the Republicans do not really care about the Latino community. They just want to get the votes.
They don't. They did the same thing here in Houston with the Arlene Alvarez case. When Tony Earl's brother accident, he didn't intend to kill a little girl. He was trying to kill that thug. They was trying to rob him. And I remember I told you on Facebook, me and the mama got into it, talking about Gwen, whatever her name is. Yeah, I got into it with her. Because it's a live stream. It was last year. And I saw how, not you, Armando, that's his name, the daddy. I saw they were lying. Because the dude did not about the drug deal. There was no drug deal. Okay? But there's a lot of accusations on their end. When the whole thing with what's his name, Alexandra Ra Miller, was going to Lena Hidalgo, and I did vote for Lena Hidalgo. Okay, shout out to her. And she's an immigrant Colombian. The white Mexican woman, talking about from California with the fake Texan accent, Alexandra Ra Miller. That's when people started exposing that they were drug dealers. Talking about the Alvarez family. Okay. Although he does own a business, she do hair, he does like restrictions.
Right.
Yeah. So Mondo was lying, talking about the dude, Turner Earl was doing some drug. They were drug deal. That's how his daughter got shot. That is not true. That he went to $20. So now I called them lying when that old fake lawyer, the one who has the criminal record, talking about the Cuban American dude, talking about Ricky Ramos, who's in the Ashbrook case. And I ain't
Mm-hmm.
heard anything about that since then. He want to punch. I'm changing subject. He said he want to punch Travis Scott. I'm like, Petra, put some witchcraft and hoodoo and Satanism on. You better try. You better leave Travis Scott and the Kardashians alone. Time he want to come on stage and be sacrificed too. Let me stop. Anyway, try to laugh when they do try to act like,
All right. So therefore, this one thing I gotta say
what's up?
now. All right. So since since the backlash and Kanye is hiding and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and he actually said that that the powers that be did that the S word towards his moms. So was he really being vague on what happened or what? Because people have been saying this for ever since the passing of Don the West.
Well, he said he sacrificed him to the devil.
Mm,
He was in kid when he was a kid. Remember he made a video talking about he sacrificed him to the devil, and he was comparing him to the God 10 years ago before he married the thought Kim Kardashian.
right.
Um, and that brother, the camera scan brother, who's a part of the plastic surgeon. I mean, he used to be on Dick Clark's show. Remember, Dick Clark had a show like the male version of View with Mario Lopez and him, and they had the white guy with the red hair of the Partridge Family. I don't forget them days. He part Italian. Okay, so that brother is supposed to be the one that killed. I mean, deleted Dondra, but I never seen no murderous vibes from that brother when he was on Dick Clark's show. So I was kind of like, why would he do that? But now it's come to say that them folks did that. Yeah, them folks in Hollywood. In Hollywood have a lot of demonic people, saints. And I realized that. I mean, I see why I was rejected back in 2017 by one of the town agencies. She told me, because as what Kanye said, that you had to be controlled. I'm not a person to be controlled. Okay? When I give my mama to whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. So, yeah, I believe that he sacrificed her to get famous. I do believe that. And now it's guilty or he had her sacrifice. Because it's two things in Hollywood. You got to be SEXN in some warehouse deal, as what Zachary Kingdom former Saint said, or you have to take someone's life. And that's what happened.
Right.
That's what happened to Astro with Travis Scott. He already famous, but he need more fame. And then Kylie, his baby mama, she had some makeup line looking satanic. People not discerning. And Mariah Carey didn't stop hanging around with Kim Kardashian. I see on TikTok her and her daughter singing with Kim. You better leave her because they might sacrifice her too. She already wrote a book about Tom Mottola.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tom Mottola is the devil, as Michael Jackson called. And Thalia, the Mexican singer, his wife is being LaToya Jackson.
Right.
We saw for sure Winnie Williams. She's Latina to LaToya Jackson when she was Jack Gordon. Scared. Winnie Williams was trying to tell all the business and she cut off. So my thing is Mariah Carey, and we have to pray for her because I even think her family turned on her by pay. I think that demonic entity Tom Mottola must have paid the woman with the AIDS, talking about her sister and her brother to go against her. Remember, because after her career, they was the ones who's going to have.
I mean, but talking about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that brother. I guess he only makes a living when he just talks trash about Mariah Carey, because he has nothing really going for him. So therefore, he talks about, oh yeah, how Mariah supposedly abandoned her sister and everything like that, and all this stuff. But at the same time, I'm just saying, like, as far as being accountable and everything like that, how are you going to depend on one person who is successful and everything like that, and then on top of it, you have people who are continually doing self-destructive things in their lives, and they want somebody to go around and pick up the slack and stuff when they not taking accountability for their dastardly actions.
No, hold on. I'm gonna add some more mess to it too. Hold on, me Window Williams up here. You forgot that she gave her some cocaine when she was a little girl. She had one of her pimps try to essay her. There's more to the story.
Wow.
I'm a Mariah Carey fan. People forget that she was going to her and her brother was going to tabloids making all these doggone rumors when she was Tom Tola. You forgot to also too
Right.
that when a black part Hispanic dad passed away back in 2002, it was given $1 million of that doggone will. It's all gone. She smoked her up and drugged her up and sexed her up. Okay, I can't stand Allison Carey. That's her older sister. Her older sister always been jealous of her. Always been jealous of her, of Mariah. And what else she did? Not only try to drug her, try to burn her. It's a whole lot of horrific stuff. So Mariah got tired of taking care of her. Took her kid. Hold on. 1994. Don't forget this. American Journal. She went to American Journal when that's when Mariah was married to Tom Tola. Allison Carey, well, she had mad at their mammy, tried to the white man, the mad at their mammy for taking the kid. Because because her oldest son is 2 years older than me. Okay, because he's clean. He got no HIV. He was from her first marriage. Because she got married young, right? Then she had more children. It's a bright, he can pass for a dark hair white, like a play Latino or maybe dark hair white dude. He probably in his 30s now, if he's still alive. He has HIV. And it was other kids she had. I hope they didn't get it, but most likely they got the HIV. She had AIDS, HIV on her system, still prostituting, still taking heroin, giving Mariah Carey money for drugs. And she was mad because a mama and Mariah took the kids from her. She was supposed to make a tell-all book, a lie on Mariah Carey. That's why Mariah Carey made the book about her, about the family, about herself, because her sister and her brother was gonna go and make a book about her. She been threatening to make a book about her back in 1999 when she left Tom Tola. Yeah, to make her image so terrible. Allison Carey, and then when I was in Job Corps and I came back to Houston, I had paid for my hotel because I didn't go back to my toxic family. I'm in my motel room, and I'm watching CNN or Fox News, one of them SNBC, and not CSBC, what it's called, CNBC, what it's called. They said that she got arrested for prostituting in New York. Yep. And then when she told me the video about Mariah, I missed my YouTube days because I trashed the hell. So I trashed Allison Carey on my doggone channel. I trashed her, okay? And I trashed her brother too, and I cussed him out in Spanish. I mean, not in person, but on my video. Yeah, I cussed them, they part of Venezuela, they part of Spanish. So I cussed him out in Spanish. And Allison, and so right after I saw Mariah Carey in concert, was it a year later, 2018? She had got, late on that year, 2017 or 16, she got in trouble for prostituting. She was on Craigslist or Backpage, used Mariah Carey's lyrics, and the cop caught her, and that's murder. You got HIV and you prostituting. Why she not charged for murder? Intended murder? Her teeth knocked out. She looking terrible. She ain't the fine high yellow bone part Latina mulatto girl no more. You know what I'm saying? Back in 1970s, there's some bro try to act like Michael Jackson. That song "Make Me Feel," okay? You know what I'm saying? She don't look like that light skinned chick that's in that video, okay? Anymore. She in her 60s now, near 60. And then that drugs, them crack and coke and heroin ate her up, and the AIDS. And I'm not making fun of her, but that's her choice. And she want to talk about Mariah Carey and her brother, Morgan. I can't stand Morgan. And Morgan has I understand daddy was abusive and stuff, but see one thing, with the lamps, like the beehive and the barbs, in the Young Navy, the lambs checked them. Them goon lambs checked her brother. He's so big and bad, big thug, and macho tough. You know what I'm saying? Morgan Carey. Okay. Well, he wasn't all big and tough. Him and his wife went to Italy. And no, that's a special trip. They moved it behind the Italy. They sure did. I don't forget that. And everybody's asking on social media if Mariah Carey need that money, her sister need that money. Why? How he get that money to go to Europe? Going to Europe expensive. It's not cheap to go to Europe. Him, his wife ran to like a runaway slave, ran overseas, past poor brother, to Italy. I hope they can speak Italian. Because them lambs, some MC lambs, like the beehive, I guess they had death threats and everything. They sure did. So he ain't big and bad and tough. You know, he know how to box and fight. He was a model and all that other stuff. And so him and daddy fought each other when it was arguing. And so it's in a book. And she, I don't know, did she call laws on them? The white mama, I think she called laws on one or two. Sure did. They got into a fight, and so her brother and they part Hispanic, part African American daddy. Afro Roy, they were fighting because he was military. He went to the military. His dad was from Venezuela. He went to the military and he married Mariah's mother, and they had 3 children. But like Mariah said, just because she had a white mama, she didn't have a bougie upbringing. She didn't. And I'm glad her as very racial ambiguous and light skinned, can tell because people who are darker, especially those who are darker than us. We're darker than Mariah, but those who are dark, I hear this light in the south, though, they'll assume because she have the so-called good hair and all that, and she can't pass for white in a way, you know what I'm saying? But she don't look black, okay? And she part Latina too. They think that she has it good. No. Her white mom was like, they lived in the white neighborhood, but they was a poorest one. The white folks that resent them had the money. And they reminded her, you got the mixed kids. You know what I'm saying? So I like her story. It's just I don't like the fact that she ignores that she's Hispanic. Because when she was with Tom Mottola, she let people know she part of Venezuela.
Right.
But when she got...
But the thing is, though, it depends, because if you actually look at the how should I say, at the background, right? I don't know if Mariah Carey's father spoke Spanish.
He didn't.
So therefore, if a person not knowing like the full extent of their culture, they're just gonna know what they know, which is black, white, or whatever the case may be.
That's not true.
So the thing is, though, what a lot of these so-called racists within the Latino collective forgot is that there's a lot of people who are Hispanic, but yet they want to try to use the one drop rule in Latin America, and they'll be so quick to go and try to dispute a person's ethnicity just because. And it's not even science that they're doing it. They're doing it with a whole bunch of personal and stupidity.
Thank you.
I got something to tell you too. Like I was up on Ramon's stream last night, and I had to flame bro this idiot. The Dominican Chewbacca. So this is how
Male,
female. The Dominican Chewbacca.
The Diabolique.
Well, whatever her name is. Anyway, this is the most preposterous crap that you could actually say. Now, this is the crap that she's saying now. She is saying that I went up and I researched fighters' backstory and made it my own. And get this. She called my wife an Egyptian, and she said that my dad and mother were Creole that met down south. I'm like, how stupid could you get?
You talking about
I kid you not.
la sangre de la sangre de
Yes,
la sangre de Luna?
yes.
Oh my God. Talking about Diabolita? Okay. Well, that's the devil. The devil's a father of lies. When you
Yo,
father,
so when she went up and said that, I'm like, you got no proof. That's why you don't show your face.
oh my God. So she said I wasn't Hispanic. Okay, that I was a liar, and now
And
she's
then,
saying,
but now, but now you went up and you made that preposterous thing of you telling me that my wife is Egyptian. I'm like, come on. Like it's just showing that you're like, I don't know
hold
how
on.
I don't know how she comes up with this crap.
She been
And I
watching it.
was like, you are cap. You can't you're just mad because I showed my proof. And guess what? Now
Mhm.
you're saying that, oh, you're trying to make a story when the fact is you can't show your face. I was like, yo,
That's the devil. Egyptian. Okay, I know what she's watching. Whose channel?
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
The stalker's other victim that I want to discuss is Tony TKO exposed. I'm thinking that she's been watching his channel.
Mm,
Because when you say Egyptian, that came to my head. The angry mix uh,
yeah,
uh, the angry mix use different name.
yeah.
Ohioan,
Right.
yeah, not the other one from Cleveland, but the other one from Columbus.
Got you.
Yeah, right. So she wasn't watching his streams.
And then and to me it's funny that you would that a person is telling me that that my dad was Creole. Like, yo, how much stupidity can a person spew?
And hold on, I want to dispute right there. You could be Creole and Dominican because no, I'm not defending the story. I'm a few hers because she forgot that there were Dominican people coming into New Orleans when it was owned by Spanish and French and Little Haiti. The
Hmm.
Haitians, Dominicans, when it was Española, and actually when the white people, Anglo Saxons, took Louisiana for legal purchase and tried to put a racial binary mess, a lot of Creoles went to the Dominican Republic and in Haiti. You see what I'm saying? To escape the slavery and because they had one drop in them, a black and it's men and they didn't look black. And so it was people who did look black, but those who didn't look black were actually targeted the ones who look white. You know what I'm saying? So they had to go outside to get away from the Anglo Saxons.
Right.
So if you was Creole, does she know that one of Loretta Vo's husband was Dominican? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And it was Haitian slaves that taught her, people who descendants of the Haitian slaves that taught her voodoo. Like, that's funny because they had Dominicans in New Orleans. Actually, one of the girls I liked in 1999 at Alice Farmware is in Pasadena, Texas. She was born in New Orleans. She's Dominican.
Hmm.
Yeah, remember I talking about that? Yeah. I ain't seen her in a long time. She didn't want to talk to me no more. I don't want to talk to her no more. But anyway, point is, but she didn't pass it in Texas, and she's Dominican, and she was from New Orleans, and I did not know. I mean, I know it's the Spanish fluence of New Orleans, Spanish, but I did not know there was a lot of Latinos in New Orleans until I was a Job Corps, and we had 3 students from each job. We went to Washington D.C. 2004, and the dark skinned brother and his girlfriend, I thought she was like some yellow bone Creole. So no, she Puerto Rican. She's a Puerto Rican. I said, you Puerto Rican? Yeah. And when I went on her MySpace, it was so many Latinos who are Puerto Rican from New Orleans. I said, whoa. And Roxy from, she's Honduran,
Yeah.
New Orleans. Actually, one of the guys that when I was homeless, he worked at HEB. He part Cuban Honduran. I call him Ricky Martin. He one of the managers. He heard me when I was bashing Red outside before me and when I was outside on the computer. I was talking about Wi-Fi on my podcast back in August. Anyway. So he's from New Orleans. I think he did know Roxy, or not that I know of. But yeah, a lot of folks at Roxy from 116 Park It's a bunch of Hispanic. Actually, like I said, one of my cousin's ex-girlfriend, she part white, part Mexican, and her husband and my cousin are friends, all their friends. And he's Mexican, and we're doing that whole Katrina thing. I was in Job Corps, so I didn't get to meet him in 2007, but he had to leave to New Orleans, to build New Orleans. And there's Mexicans that live in New Orleans. Like people, Lord Jesus. Even one of the guys from LULAC, the one that was making racial stuff, John Herrera, the one that in Houston, Texas, he won New Orleans. I mean, not New Orleans, he won Louisiana.
Right.
Yeah. See, people are educated, and you had a lot of Creoles back there, even though they classified Latinos as white. You had Creoles intermarrying with Latinos.
Right.
And actually, Ale Guadalupe, the church, I ain't been in Ale Guadalupe in a long time. I visit there sometimes, especially Ale Guadalupe celebration. And read it on Wikipedia, well, on navigation and Ronalds and Jensen, Second Ward. He gonna tell you that when they allow Mexicans in the white Catholic churches, say me a Catholic church for Latinos, right? So they put the Creole, African American and Creole people and the Mexicans together. It's doing segregation. They didn't get along racially. So the Catholic church in the Fifth Ward in the hood of Mother Mercy, that's why. And my uncle was Catholic. My grandmother, I don't know how she did it. Like my dad was not Catholic, but my grandmother, when she lived in Sacred Coast, her and my grandfather, they allowed my dark-skinned uncle to go to Mother Mercy. Like not my dad. I don't know how that happened. And he became Catholic. And then they revert him back to Protestant. I didn't understand that because my grandfather was not religious, but my grandmother did that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but this church, Mother Mercy, that's where when it was segregated. That was the color church for Catholics in Fifth Ward. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know the history, and Diabolique gets on my nerves. Now I'm glad I heard that because Diabolique is now telling you that she's alive. Because I don't lie about my mixed heritage. You're not Hispanic, you got 1%. Even if I did have 1% as part of my ancestry, right? When for the Hispanic person in that bloodline, I wouldn't be here. My Black Spanish Creole. Oh, the daughter of my Black Spanish Creole grandfather, my third grandmother, Anna, her birthday was on the 22nd last month.
Right.
She been 139 years old, 39 years old. She was still living because she died at 74, going on 90 years old.
All right.
But see, the people are so on it. And then I would like to tell Diabolique, before Texas was part of the Union, we were still part of Mexico. New Orleans was the gateway to Latin America. So you had slaves from Venezuela. Yeah. Because Cribba back in 2010 told me he bought my United complexion. And he speak French and Spanish. We were speaking Spanish, we working at Goodwill one time. And he told me in the car where we had two power playing, he said that some of his slaves ancestors came from Venezuela to Louisiana. So see, the Latinos need to hear this. So they used to bring the slaves and people of color through New Orleans, and they used to intermingle in Louisiana. The founder of Chicago, the settlement of Chicago, DeSable, he was Haitian and biracial. Yeah, he came through New Orleans, and I guess it was a time when they had Louisiana Purchase when the Anglo-Saxons took over. He almost became a slave. He won his freedom and went up to Chicago, to Illinois, to marry a woman. Like that's how Chicago came in. So people, these uneducated people, they make up stories. It's like YouTube has become a safe haven for ignorant people. Back then, YouTube had rationists, but you could debunk the rationists. But today, it's so flooded with a lot of ignorant people, and many of them are in that dark magic. That's another reason why they didn't get away with this stuff. And the Diabolique,
interesting.
Yeah, and Diabolique listened to her demons, and the demons is telling her this. Just like the dark-skinned girl said that she was Aaliyah's and R. Kelly's daughter. Now, I wouldn't question that because she's dark-skinned. I would never say that because people forget that just because you don't look like you know, just like I'm not dark skinned, and if it's a girl by my complexion or lighter, like Aaliyah's complexion, we have a child, we can have a dark skinned child because somebody, and especially us having black ancestry, somebody in our family, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
R. Kelly has two dark skinned brothers. Okay, he's a camera skin, he not dark skinned like the two, he a light brown, medium tone. He get darker sometimes because being in the sun playing, you know, basketball, but he's naturally a camera skin brother. Okay, just like his sister, the one that did this, that did you know, mistreated, that sexual abuse. I'm talking about his older sister. Bruce had got green eyes and dark skin, and Kelly that was not on tape is dark skin too. So that can happen. Okay, you know, Leah's parents are lighter skin tone. You know what I'm saying? So, but now she came out and they said she's not the child of Aaliyah and R. Kelly. But I do think some truth that due to that dark energy spirit, you know what I'm saying? You communicate with demons, and she's into that. The dark skin sister, they're saying that she's Aaliyah. So 9/10, she summoned a demon into her spirit and is telling her, and I do believe on a spiritual esoteric level that maybe it was a child out there. Remember, supposedly Aaliyah had abortion. Maybe the child was alive and something happened. You know, so they know when I know about the situation. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she summoned a demon of that spirit. Either the child was innocent, if it was killed, you know, about abortion, and it's telling, it's exposing. Because one thing, forget, the devil was one of God's angels. You know what I'm saying? When before he kicked him out and he went to hell. So you know, he see the truth. That's why he don't want nobody to know the truth. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Satan. So of course 9/10, some truth gonna come out in his lies. You know what I'm saying? But he's the father of lies. So this woman here claiming to be she's R. Kelly and Leah's daughter. I do believe that spirit that she conjectured is now exposing them secrets between that case. Yep, because that woman does witchcraft. That woman, the sister Dawson, she does witchcraft. So just name what the Yamalik, La Sanga de Luna. Okay, she's out here saying these old weird stuff about you. It's not true. She's saying I'm not mixed. I don't lie on social media. I go in detail. I put my business out there. You know, I'm related to Elvis. I don't lie about that. I actually had to cover my family and still even live. You know what I'm saying? And show the chart how I'm related. You know what I'm saying to Elvis. You know what I'm saying? So why would I make that lie up? You know what I'm saying? So point is, when you're telling truth and lies in front of you, that's how I knew the Cleveland dude was into that stuff. Cause God know I come with truth. I might cuss, God is against God to cuss and stuff, but at least I come with truth, in receipts and go to dictionaries and go this and, but they don't want to believe it. So what they do is conjure some spirits, and some witchcraft, some occult practices to blind people who lost themselves. And those blind people start to believe what they believe in until they get butt hurt. Like what's happened with the Cleveland dude. Remember, half of folks is talking about that Cleveland dude was on his side against me. Now they also treat him like they did me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. There's a lot of people in this YouTube space. The same people that they come against one person is happening to all of them. Because at one period of time, it's all in this spear, but now they dealing with the demons. And when
Right.
you did that dark magic, like I said, I'm an ex warlock. It's nothing pretty. Like I said, as a kid, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to fight off big bullies. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to do. If I knew and it was educated stuff was demonic, I would have left it alone. They go after children. They go after kids with that bad stuff. So one of the kids that got involved, family was innocent. Nah. So, and now exposing this industry that and Sam Smith performance, and I saw Jay-Z performance. I'm sorry, God will. Come on. You saw the grand performance, God will.
Nah, it's like, what's funny? I don't really pay attention. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't pay attention that much to Jay-Z. Well, I never really have. Cause I don't know. You got certain people that they feed into the hype and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from New York. I've never been to a Jay-Z concert. And me personally, I don't want to. Because most of the people that I know that you got certain people who are Jay-Z fans, yeah, but then you got certain people who actually from Jay-Z hood that they want to take it up to the head to the point that they think that they're Jay-Z, but yet they just ride the train all day. They're not doing Jay-Z moves or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
in that fact, if people want to say if they were that cool or whatever, and then they want to have with the fake entitlement that you got to respect them and all that stuff. At the end of the day, I don't have to respect you if you think you're going to talk down on me, or if I'm on the phone talking to my mother, God rest her soul,
Mm-hmm.
and you thinking that I'm gonna go and respect you. I'll have zero respect. And me personally, I'm just talking about a incident that I had with the person who is from Marcy Projects.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna go and deal with the idiot like that, why the heck I'm gonna be listening to Jay-Z? People, I'm just saying, I'm a rapper and everything like that. And I do listen to rap and everything. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z is good in his craft. But me to go around and say, um, he's like my top five or whatever. Me personally, I'm just not gonna be one of these stands because at the end of the day, I got a mind of my own. And
Mm-hmm.
and if a guy has to go and screw over a lot of artists to get where he's at and everything, or you have ghostwriters, this, that, and the third, but yet you're not paying them right or whatever, why the heck I'm gonna
Damn.
listen to you?
So he had Ghost Riders too.
Allegedly.
Damn.
That's what people allege saying, but we don't know because we're not in those boardrooms and we're not in those studios. But certain people have said that they have ghostwriters, etc.
They said Drake did. They said Nicki Minaj had all them stuff too.
I mean,
But
I mean, I mean, if you actually look at it, right?
mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, when this is how you know if a person is a real rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Just go put them in the mic, flow. Just just do some freestyles. Do whatever you got to do just to show that you're a real lyricist. I never got that from Nicki Minaj. And that's why I never listened to her. I'll tell you another backstory, which a lot of people don't know.
I know she slept
No,
away.
no, 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 no. I'm
Sorry.
just gonna say this, and it goes in part with ex of mine's.
Mm-hmm.
My ex, I was with my ex for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was good, but then we had more bad times.
Mm-hmm.
So my ex was always fascinated with Lil Kim,
Right. I love her.
and trying to be with the Lil Kim camp,
Mm-hmm.
watching BET with trying to she was actually a real fan of Lil Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So my ex started to was one of the first ones to know when that track Black Friday was
Mm-hmm.
to diss Nicki Minaj. So when Lil Kim went up and dissed Nicki Minaj and everything like that, everybody was saying like, yo, Lil Kim murdered Nicki Minaj, etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What and to me, Nicki Minaj has all this type of money, right? But in hindsight, she is like the most murdered rapper ever. I am telling you this. She got murdered by Lil Kim. She got murdered by Remy.
I know.
So therefore, if you got murdered lyrically in the olden times, that means that your career is over. So you know how she acts, and then when she gets murdered lyrically, right? All she does is like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then her tracks is crap. Her tracks, me personally, I never liked Nicki Minaj. I was like, oh, you a hater? No, I know what I'm talking about because at the end of the day, in those days, Nicki Minaj had stands trying to go at my ex.
What?
So yeah,
The Barbs?
yeah. Well, there wasn't known as the Barbs then. They were just this was before the Barbs crap, right? So one of the guys was trying, and my ex was doing that heavy promotion for Lil Kim, and I even got into it with Funkmaster Flex on Twitter and crap.
Damn, bro.
So when I was going at Nicki Minaj's fan base, and they were trying to go at my ex, I went up and I actually dissed all her fan base. Or mind you, this was like around 2010, 2011.
What when she was blowing up when she was with Mariah
Well,
Carey
when she, yeah,
and
whatever.
Usher and every track and Diddy. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So within those times, people was like, "Oh, Nicki Minaj," I'm like, she's crap, and people was like, "Oh, you just hate." No, I've seen it from that promotion that was like, "Yo, this is crap," and then when the person moves, they don't go. It is a new shift within things. They were like, okay, so since that person lost the lyrical battle, how can we make it look like she won? Okay, she put out a track. And it was like, yo, this is the best. It was crap. So therefore, you put out a crap track, then you make your second, your third, or whatever. I'm gonna tell you a God honest thing. I never listened to Nicki Minaj ever. I don't know one track from that woman.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, I could say about people who be dancing and whatsoever. Let's put it like this: Nicki Minaj and Rihanna, right? When Rihanna first came out, she didn't dance at all. She didn't even know how to wind her hips or anything like that. She was whack. Nicki Minaj went up and she was trying to do whatever. She didn't know how to shake her waist like a Caribbean and everything like that. So if you actually have two Caribbean women that don't know what to do when it comes to music and everything like that, and you have somebody's teaching you, so therefore you have to, and now everybody's like, oh, she knows how to dance. It wasn't like that in the beginning, and everybody knows that. But yeah, people seem to forget that Nicki Minaj cannot freestyle. So where have we ever heard Nicki Minaj freestyle? And then she's like, "Yeah, I went up and I did this," and she's cursing at Joe Budden. Let's put it in simplest terms. The day that she broke up with Safari, you seen her style change. So what that means is when you see a person's style change after they have a falling out and everything like that, and the way that they could write lyrics or pronounce words and such, and when you see the guy that could actually pronounce words and say certain stuff that Nicki Minaj is, what that tells you is that he was the ghostwriter. So therefore, as him being the ghostwriter and everything like that, and Nicki Minaj being Nicki Minaj, she still has to hit him up with something because most of the stuff that he actually wrote became hits. So therefore, if Nicki Minaj doing whatever or however she blows up, he's still gonna get money. I mean, from the older hits.
Like
so,
Easy said, Dre Day's payday, right?
Right. So my thing is this. When it goes to certain female artists, I don't listen to the mainstream if they can't freestyle. Because anybody could be a rap artist, but yet they have, and then, well, yeah, I got bars, but yet they don't.
Let me say why. You forgot that Nicki Minaj Lil Kim was supposed to do a track with Baby in them, remember?
Yeah, I remember, but then they went up and they stole her whole image and then put it on Nicki Minaj. Now the thing is though, with Nicki Minaj
was a stud.
Which a lot, well, whatever.
It's a video like that. She was.
Yeah. There's a video with what's his name? Fendi. So what happened is that was it Fendi? No, it's somebody else. But during those days, right? Um, Nicki Minaj didn't really have a style. Nicki Minaj, there's a video with her and with Red Cafe and Mano. So there are play arguing like, oh yeah, which chick we gonna get? Because she's a good chick or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, why do I care? You know what I'm saying? It's just two guys that's trying to get with a chick. I'm like, at the end of the day, that's whack. I mean,
she was friends with Remy, and she had called Remy. I saw the video, but it's more to the story. So Lil Kim will do a track with Baby and them with Cash Money, and they did her dirty. But see, folks forget that Nicki Minaj, it'll probably just Britney. I'm from Houston.
right.
And I know one of my kinfolk, I won't mention her name, one of my kinfolk, on my mama's side, she invested in just because when my cousin had passed away, I had two deaths in the family back in 2015.
Right.
So, and my cousin, she sings religious music and she sings R&B too, and she does tax and everything. She be her own boss. So my cousin and she had an older daughter, she's grown now. She said, yeah, she said, you like Just Britney? I said, I like Just Britney. What's wrong? I said, why I like Just Britney? And she said, let me tell you the truth, Zach, I invest in her. I said, what? And she got signed with Cash Money. And
right.
That's when we no longer friends because she didn't pay her money back. So when she signed Cash, so I'm thinking, if you saw Just Britney looks, she tried to look like Nicki Minaj. They had a little facial thing. I remember before I knew who she really was. I mean, don't get me, she was no dark skinned chick, but she had got bleached up. They got skin peel. You know what I'm saying? People talking there on the bus, and I'm like, who is Just Britney? I thought talking about Britney Spears. Who is Just Britney? So when she signed with Cash Money, and I saw her old videos, I said, this one I'm trying to like Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? Because Nicki Minaj is part Asian. Now her family tree. Trying to make her eyes look, you know what I'm saying? Wearing a wig similar to her. And I'm like, well, she supposed to be the it girl in Cash Money. Because I believe Just Britney was supposed to be the it girl. And what I heard, one of my stalkers in my area, not on YouTube. He was on YouTube too, but he was a YouTuber. I know him from church, know him from the neighborhood. He a Creole dude. He was stalking me as a kid. He about my age, close like 2 years older than me. When he was on Facebook trying to stalk me there, so I talked to him a little bit. He told me, he said, yeah, well, Just Britney had a drug case with Baby and went to jail. So they had to split and she had to come back to Houston. So I'm thinking that drug case had to do with Nicki Minaj. Because why did Nicki Minaj blow up? Because like I say, the warehouse deal. 9 out of 10, they made her have the S word to them in order to get famous.
Yeah, I do remember Just Britney, yeah.
And she did admit that she gave us at the same time Nicki Minaj. That's why she blew up. See, the industry don't want talented people. They want people who are not talented. And what Zachary King, the former singer, said, he knew a guy who had no talent, could not sing, could not even do a Dr. Seuss rhyme. And he gave him the tier 2 card to go to warehouse to do the sexual, Santana act. Next thing, he was on MTV and was talented.
Wow.
Zachary King said it. The former singer who can't get. I'm not lying.
Wow.
A bunch of folks in Hollywood, they be outside waiting, and some of them be saying, I will do anything to become famous. And he would say, when he was a wizard, he said, do you want to say your soul to Satan? And they were like, well, yeah, but I can't do this. And they said, no, you gotta have something with the same gender or the opposite, or with underage. All the allegations that's going on in Hollywood, yep, or with animals. And if you reject in that, you cannot do the warehouse deal. That's why the Ari Spears and Tiffany Haddish thing came out with the key. That's why R. Kelly would do. Yes, the Chris Stokes, Michael Jackson's innocent, but what Jackie Wright said is true. He was trafficked by Susan the Past. I do believe that. The bright skinned lady from Motown, she Jamaican. It was Tether. She Jamaican and Haitian descent. The one was in Motown, the one that messed up Motown, that was giving Rick James Pop some coke too, and along with the divorce. Yeah, she was sex trafficked Michael Jackson. He was a kid with them folks. And the even Brooke Shield, his white girlfriend, she took them pictures at 10 years old. Hugh Hefner. Yep. That's what the warehouse they are.
Wow.
So yeah. So 9-10, they had warehouse there in New Orleans. Nicki Minaj New York, went to New Orleans and had warehouse there with the Cash Money people. Because I heard that stuff is true about Cash Money, how they got famous. Oh, a sister, a dark skinned Creole sister. She's from the project. I want to say which project she's from. She told me 10 years ago. I said that's not true. I'm from New Orleans, Zach. I said, no, I'm tired of this old Illuminati because I ain't believing into that R. Kelly switch you have me. I would tell you right now, you lying. There ain't no such thing as Illuminati. Stop lying and make stories up. Until that, I got home with the R. Kelly voodoo spell, okay? I realized that stuff is real. So they said that Cash Money, something about the baby and what's his name, Lil Wayne.
Right.
It's true. They said all them, including Juvenile, that's what they say, allegedly, had a little gay, and that's how they become famous.
All right.
Yeah. So it happened. So I'm assuming Nicki Minaj, because she can rap, but she couldn't rap good. When she was a stud, looking like a dude, and talk about Remy rap good. Bashing Remy and stuff and calling her on the phone at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? I saw the video. She wasn't.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, she wasn't a good rapper. She could rap, but not as rapper now. And so, until she said in an interview, she sold herself to the devil. Now I see why she can rap, and while even though rappers like Lil Kim can outdo her, and so can what's her name, Remy and Cardi B, but the producers that 9-10 she messed with in those warehouse deals, it's like, you didn't do this with me, you don't get a motion.
All right.
Yeah, what Jack Wright said about the devil time I told her. Remember, she said before her listening party, he made her do the Monica whiskey.
Right.
Yep, that's a warehouse deal. That's a warehouse deal. Yep, what Leah took, warehouse deals. And I'm glad I found that out, because, and remember I told you one of the talent agents told me back when I was 17 years old, are you still a virgin? Remember?
Right.
Yep. So I realized when I hear people say, "Oh, that's not," I used to doubt that. Now I'm starting to believe even Madonna, because she did say in her sex book that she thought about having sex with a teenage boy that was Puerto Rican, or she did. That's why she's being investigated.
Wow.
See, they kept bringing sex book, like, okay, because Africa have a lot of homophobia. Okay, I'm not gonna listen to you if you're gonna bring up that. But when I actually saw on TikTok video, the woman broke it down, and I did go Google it. She said that when she met her sex book, she thought about, or she did have sex with this teenage boy who's Puerto Rican Latino dude. Because remember, she moved to New York. She had no clothes. Like she left her school and went to New York broke and became famous, right?
Right.
So in her book, I guess Mijola Raza, one of the Latino dudes, saw a little white woman. And no offense to Madonna, but she didn't look all that popular good. She was no brunette. She was a brunette, blue-eyed white woman. You know what I'm saying? Not blonde. And she looked irregular. But I guess by her being a white woman, so I guess Latino dudes say, I'm against this Blanquita, okay, or they say like Mexican, it's wetter. And she had sex with him in one of her apartments.
Wow.
Yep. So that's what led to the investigation about her African children. Because they saying that she's sex trafficking. And now I'm starting to believe that. At first, I was against it, but I can't neglect this too. Doing her Rebel House tour. Remember the 17-year-old girl that was in Australia and she touched her breasts?
Right.
And I said, like, I like Madonna, but why nobody going after like they did Michael Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
Now Michael Jackson dead, they going after him.
Yep.
Yep. Yep, I started believing it, and I find it appropriate too. Like I said, I love me some Madonna, but I started seeing these proof, not just some stereotypes. When I started seeing proof, and her son did a cartwheel, so I did a flip, and she's talking
Mm-hmm.
about his anatomy. He wasn't even grown yet. But mother does this. That's why I like his mother. The white son she had, she don't
Mm-hmm.
like, you like it. What mother does that? Why are you talking about your son's anatomy? That's inappropriate. Not the African son. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this: if David wants to wear dresses and he grown, I had no problem with that. I'm not saying he should, but I get tired that people use being black as a crutch to control somebody, because I've seen white men do it and don't get a backlash like that. Now someone forcing to emasculate, go back in butt broken slavery, then I'm against that. But if Johnny can wear a dress, what I'm saying, then okay, then stop using that man. They're pure black, because he is pure black compared to us. He's talking about David, the African child. You know what I'm saying? But if Madonna's forcing him to do that, then I have an issue because it's been forced. You know what I'm saying? So, but the African people, she did some research about her because she's all over the world. I don't say how the world maybe don't have. I'm not saying they're not developed. Africa is a very developed country compared to what they show on TV. But I guess she went to a village where they don't have electricity. They want wealth, and they gave their child to Madonna, and she didn't follow her word. So I gotta see, but we gotta find out why she made that little post about her sex book about her teenage boy. Don't get me wrong, when I was a teenager, I probably would mess up too. Cause I used to fantasize about Madonna. Yeah, I used to have a lot of fantasies about Madonna. I ain't gonna lie about that.
Me personally, I could actually say with Madonna. I mean, when I was growing up, it was like, okay, she was Madonna, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know all the super nasty stuff until I got older. You get what I'm trying to say? Because you see her in videos and all this stuff. Like, okay, yeah, this Madonna, the person that you're never gonna see. But when you start getting older, when
Mm-hmm.
you start really getting stuff or recognizing stuff, I'm like, dang, Madonna just got all these people right then and there, and she did it all. So
Yeah, I mean, well, I saw a sex book on YouTube, and it's lucky no one didn't flag that person's channel. I, I saw a sex book. Was it when I saw the sex book? Before I lost my part, well, yeah, back in 2018 or 17, and some Latino dude from Latin America had a sex book like page to page. Of course, against not only copyright, you showing nudity, pornography on YouTube.
mhm.
So I saw it because I wanted to see it. I was 13 years old back 30 years ago, and of course I couldn't see it at 13. So, but I wanted to see because I was a big Madonna fan. But I started seeing demonic imagery because she's like on a cross. Like, why are you bringing the cross up? You know what I'm saying? There's some demonic artifacts in that book. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So now I'm starting to think she is a witch. They say she a witch. Even what's that? Lex, the one I can't stand, the Dominican woman, be on
Right.
Fire Flex channel. Okay, she said before me got out by Catholicism. She said that yeah, because she went to a place where they try to make her do some satanic stuff. Lex talk about that on Fire. Yeah, she did.
Wow.
She said that's why she got away from the industry. Like she said, when she came from New York and came to LA, she said she actually met the devil. Meaning she met people involved in it. Okay, and that she backed down. She backed
Um,
down.
I
And
mean, yeah, because it's like what you could really do if certain people they just want to force you into a lifestyle that you're not into.
yeah, and my thing is for Lex, why? What was her discernment? Because when she was under that R. Kelly via "I'm a Flirt," right there, you should know right there. You know what I'm saying? What got me upset with Lex, she came on Fire's channel saying anti-black stuff as big as her nose, broad Negro nose. She looked like a light skinned version of Kimberly Lease. Cause Kim Lee's not dark skin, but she wants a brown skin tone. You know, from Set It Off and what's that movie? The Mad Black Woman. Her features do resemble her, right? She didn't get the plastic surgery. So Lex said that every time she go overseas, they tell them bring no black girl home, black girl with her. I'm like, so when I saw her Facebook and everything. I know her real name, and everything. And I said, this girl, like, she'll look like a pure. She looked racial. Me, if I saw her, I thought she a Yabon sister, but she looked black. She looked not pure black, of course. Look more black in her features. So when I saw her features, I'm like, why you dissing the ADOS community? But ADOS, even he's a pedophile. R. Kelly put your ass, put your behind. I got heated on his video, and that's how you got some money out of that. And she was in ADOS music playing some Latino interests. Cause I know you want me. No, I don't want you. I don't know. I like Latina women, but Latina women that has respect, who is not racist, not no Nuri Martinez type ones. Okay, so when I was in school, I knew how to discern that. When I went to I knew how to discern the good Latinas who's not racist and the Nuri Martinez type and Eva Lazadas. Okay, because I don't like Eva Lazada basketball wife. I sure don't like her either. Okay, so I knew how to discern that, and I saw that. Oh, you won because I don't look like a black woman. Miss. No, first of all, I like Latinas because I was around the culture and part Hispanic family tree. But like Paul Wall, married to a sister, you don't see him no blonde hair Becky. You know what I'm saying? Paul Wall, the rapper, you see a camera skin sister. Okay, he a rapper. You gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? If a Latina hang around a bunch of white men and women, she most likely going to marry a white man. You know what I'm saying? If a Latino man gonna be around a bunch of sisters, and I know Latino men will be hanging around with ADOS people, and they the main one be dating sisters, and yeah, I actually want to support this Mexican man in Southeast Houston. Yeah, I like about black women. That's all I like. I said, go on, get your bro. Go get your sister. Go get your sister. Go right ahead, bro. Go and get your sister. I said, I got no problem with that. I said, we all mix. I said, Mexican black in them too. You know, I said, go and get your sister. She was, I know some sisters that want some Latino men. I was like a Chuck Berry. You know what I'm saying? So if they're around, I mean, it's not no self-hating situation. You said you around a culture, you see it a lot, you get messed up in it. You know what I'm saying? So she thought that because it was one brother, when we first saw a fine attractive lady, of course we're gonna say, damn, you fine woman, that's that. We're not gonna, but when she started talking that anti-black stuff, like hell no, I'm sorry. I don't want, because soon a Latina that says the N-word start saying it, I'm not one of them thirsty Russians over that. Nope. The relationship is over. Fuera. No te quiero hablar conmigo. No más. You know what I'm saying? No more. No, quiero hablar contigo. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to you because that's toxic information. You want someone with a healthy mindset that respect your culture. Just like if I came here and I know some crazy brothers who like Latina women, but be anti-Latina, anti-Hispanic. You know, like, you're making kids with a Latina woman. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get that. No, it go both ways. I knew a dude darker than me. He mixed with Native American, his brother. And yeah, that WIC. I said, but ain't your wife Hispanic? Yeah, but I don't like the me and this and that. And the child, because people believe that child's not his because he looks like a typical light-skinned Mexican, but that's his child. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one of the sisters I used to work with at the gas station, I'm tired of these black men. I got kids and they not taking care of my kids, but you can go with this Mexican woman. But I said, babe, that's his child. That ain't his child. I like, you forgot we not no pure black people. You know what I'm saying? And so we can make kids that don't look like a black person, especially with outside the community. And it's like, no, he told me that's his, like, no, he not claiming adoption like that's his child. No, that's his child. That's his wife. Like they had a baby, and I knew a girl who looked straightly like a Mexican. Until she told people her dad was black. What? Yep. When I was in school, One of the girls was in Reagan High School. She came out of the East Side. I won't say her name. I was in love with her too. When she had a little thought side into her business, and I was trying to holler at her, and I told her I mixed up too. So, and I said, no, if me and her hook up, and soon little race Latino dude start saying, "Why you with her?" Baby, tell me who that is. My dad African. Okay, get fuera. She a sister. Like, leave her alone. She a sister.
Yeah. Yo, Zach,
All right.
I'm about to wrap up. You got any final words?
Now I'm done.
I hear you.
All right.
Well, you know, we're about to end this. There's been another night with open topics with Don Armando. I'm gonna have another stream soon, so stay tuned.
All right, bro.
All right.